30 seconds.
Makes you a smart man.
Smarter anyway.
Yeah, Nathan, go ahead. Good morning, everyone. We appreciate you being here for the Special Redevelopment Commission meeting. Before we get started, let's do a roll call. So Nathan Gabhart,
Here.
and then we have Mike,
Here.
Alex Knepp,
Here.
Mike Haley,
Here.
TC Cook.
Here.
All right, so again, we wanted to do the special meeting because, there's a few things coming up within the county, and there's some opportunity that we have, with some of the GPC TIF expenditures, how we want to handle that. And there's some opportunity to offset some of our county services with some of that funding. And so we wanted to come in and have a discussion on that, and then see if that's something we wanted to entertain going forward, which I think might help some of the council decision as well. And I know Nathan has put together a little bit here, if you want to speak to some of this.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
I was able to interact with some of the GPC executive team from Muscatine regarding the TIF district that we have in place for the GPC facility, because anything we spend out of that district has to be a direct or indirect benefit to GPC. So we just hurriedly brainstormed some ideas on how can we help bridge this gap that we have, that the commissioners and council have. It's not a council gap, this is a county gap. So how can we work collaboratively together and help bridge this gap? So we brainstormed some county services that would be covered and applicable under that TIF. It was an agreement that those are some applicable services that we can use, and the funding from the TIF district could be used to fund some of those budgeted services that we have to help offset that gap. So we do feel that we have some funds available to offset that gap for the next 2 years. I think it's about $1 million a year gap projected.
I think we want to define why we're having that gap. And we did this in the council meeting, but this is based on SB1 and some of how property tax is being calculated. And then that's where we're receiving that $1 million gap per year. So.
Yeah, good news is property taxes theoretically are going to be more than they would have otherwise, is how I would explain it. They're going to be lower. So basically, but fifth grade math, if you have expenses, you got to find revenue or cut the expenses, and we've done all we could to cut expenses. So we have to find that gap. So this allows us to do that, and it also allowed us to look at a lot of our expenses that we had and see what we could tweak. And, so it's been a good exercise in general.
Yeah, one of the things this does pertain to council, is one of the things that we're entertaining is there dollars in there that could offset that EMS cost, right, for ambulance services? Because we do have that gap. Could this be helpful in that? So basically, we wanted to have that discussion with all RDC members today. Is that something we want to entertain? That way, once we talk about it today, we can give that recommendation to council, and then when they have our meeting, we can make some decisions based upon that. So I want to open up the floor for discussion. I know, DC, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I would say best case scenario is if we have some money that we can use, right? Then I would love to use that for that instead of putting that burden right now on all taxpayers, right, with a tax. And I think this plan lays that out, gives us some money that we can use. And again, once we figure out what SB1 really is going to do, I know we keep saying it's like a broken record, but it's like if they get their job done, they do finally come to an agreement on something at the State House, then we can plan better. So this just allows us just a little more time to let them settle what they're going to settle up at the State House, and then we got to see then do we need a tax, right? Instead of going ahead and putting it in place and then you don't really know what's going to happen, right? But trying to be proactive, this is a way to help us be proactive in that as well.
Mr. Haley, any comments?
Well, I think the fact that this is just a 3-year life left on GPC, take advantage of it. And if I read SB one, which I don't, nobody knows anything, but this is also a tax that will stay under the old formula. I mean, your personal property tax can go down to zero. This won't go down to zero, so it'll help revenue sides.
Knapp, any comments or?
I would just echo what they said. I think it gives us a little bit of time to see what SB1 looks like and time to maybe even see if we can cut back on the expense a little bit before we have to assess a tax. Positive thing.
Okay, Mike?
Yeah, I kind of echo them guys. I'm glad this money's going to be able to use for that. The council was wanting to put a little bit of that tax in, and they were doing everything that they could to do what was best for the public, for the county. And Nathan found this money here, and I think that's great. We can postpone it a little bit.
Any additional comment, Mr. Gabhart?
Well, the last comments I would add is, thank God we are a county that works together. I really look forward to the day when we reach out to the cities and the towns and we start having city and town meetings too. That was something I was never able to put much energy toward. But the county and the council and the RDC, having all these bodies working together, disagreeing respectfully, and then coming to a middle ground. This is how you get stuff done. So really admire the work that everyone has done to get to this point.
And there is a lot of work that goes on in the background that people don't realize with the council, RDC, commissioners. I appreciate all that time. Kind of the goal here today was, are we willing to use this for that purpose? And so I would like to take a vote on if we're willing to, this isn't a guarantee that we're doing it, but it shows that we're willing to use those dollars for that purpose. So I'd like to entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Gabhart. Do I have a second?
Second. Whoever wants it, then let me know.
You want to wrestle?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Mr. Cook seconds it. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anybody abstain or a negative? Nope. All right, it passes unanimously. So that was the goal of our meeting today, was to make sure we all could talk together, look at the pros and cons, and then make a recommendation that we're willing to use some of those dollars for that purpose. So we appreciate anything from the public while we're in this meeting today.
Well, if I could, I was not at the Tuesday meeting, but I did view it. I really appreciate that the citizens, I think Mr. Trailer, was that your name?
Yeah.
Coming in and making the effort and just the respectful tone you had, because it's, we're all irritated, right? I mean, but you were very professional and respectful, and I really appreciated that. Thank you.
Anything else from anyone? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting. So moved by Mr. Gabhart.
Okay.
Second from Mr. Keith. All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
All right, meeting is adjourned.